Alright, guys, let's talk Chris Watts for a second. I just tried to respond to someone that commented, and my dang phone dies. Oh, it just aggravates the heck out of me because I've written everything down and then all of a sudden the phone just goes kaput. Okay, here's what I want to say that everyone has to take in consideration here. For one, the trauma dog alerts very highly in the basement. For those that don't know how trauma dogs work, they detect scents, just like any dog has the ability to smell things that us humans can't even smell. They have a great scent picker-upper. Let me just say it that way. So a trauma dog alerts to chemicals that are released in the human body as stress, fighting, arguments, something going on. They are different from a cadaver dog because cadaver is looking for human remains, the smell, the stench. They're trained, so there's different skill sets to those dogs. So what we have to take in consideration here is the trauma dog alerts highly to the basement, correct? That dog went absolutely crazy in that basement. Now, the dog also alerted to Bella's bedroom. So now we take in consideration that Shanann comes home. Now, keep in mind there's motion detectors throughout the whole home, including the basement, okay? She comes home, she puts her suitcase by the steps. Chris calls her because he's in the basement like he told her before. She even stated, I think he's sleeping in the basement. She even allowed him to sleep in the basement. So he calls her. She goes to her office, puts her purse down. Now everyone's saying about the hair care product Shanann ordered. Well, just like me, I order Win, and every 3 months, Win sends me a new product, bills my account, and that could be that situation where she wasn't really taking the time and ordering any hair care products at that time because she was tired. So let's take all of those in consideration. Now let's also take in consideration the facts that are in the discovery files, which are the following. Trauma dog alerts to the basement. Chris lures her down there. Girls are possibly in black garbage bags already. Because do you honestly think Chris is going to allow them to be in the house? Once a human being dies, it takes less than a minute for our bodies to release our bowels and our urine. And I hate saying this, I really do. And I don't want to be graphic here, and I apologize for that, guys. But I just want you to really understand this. So, Chris puts them in garbage bags. He stated in his interrogation, I needed to see her face. I had to see her face. Just like sending her the picture of the doll that was wrapped up, looking like a dead body. Okay? Him stating, I needed to see her face, I had to see her face, was a big red flag for me because you stated you couldn't even come to terms and tell her that you were cheating. Sorry about that. You couldn't even come to terms and tell her that you were cheating. So why would you need to see her face? You had to see her face. That stands out as a big red flag. Okay? Trauma dog alerts to the basement and Bella's room. Now we take in consideration the Vivint motion detectors playing a big part in this. Okay? Not talking video footage right now. We're talking motion detectors. Motion detectors did not detect once Shanann arrived at home at 1:48 in the morning. There was absolutely no movement on the main floor. Okay? No movement upstairs either, but no movement on the main floor. We're going to focus on the main floor. Meaning Shanann went to her office, put her purse down. The basement and the garage door is also located next to Shanann's office. Chris lures her down. She notices, oh my God, her babies. She now is in the fight, flight, or freeze state. Now, like any normal mother, you would be in a freeze state of devastation, unbelief. Oh my God, what have you done? Chris leaves them in the basement because he would not leave them upstairs like that. He waits. He works out down the basement. He was working out. He waits to go home because he knows the neighbor's camera is pointed to the garage. He knew exactly where to back up that truck in that garage, correct? So he knew where to back the truck up so that it would get out of the angle of Chris's garage right there. So he knew that. You know. So then you take in consideration that Vivint gives you notifications. And Vivint notifies that the basement door and the garage door and the garage outside was left open at a certain time. And that was the time that the bodies were carried out. So if everyone takes this evidence in consideration of what the facts are here, that would explain why the basement door was left open, why the trauma dog alerted so highly to that alert, and also the door being left open to the basement and the garage door. Because he needed to take the bodies out of the basement, out through the garage door, and into the truck. I'll get further into detail once I continue to analyze this case. But this is answering a question that someone had commented on. And I wanted to clarify this. Because this is very important key evidence that everyone has to take in consideration. We have to pay attention to these trauma dogs because they are highly trained. They are used all the time. These dogs are highly intelligent. People don't give dogs enough credit. Even our own pet dogs are so smart. Okay? Don't underestimate how smart these dogs are. Also, don't underestimate the technology here and the facts that it's showing. And the fact of the matter is that basement door was left open and the garage door was left open at the same time Chris was loading the bodies. At the same time Chris was loading those bodies. So I want everyone to take that in consideration. And I just wanted to make this video so that everyone can understand this. And I hope this helps. And I will continue to keep on keeping you guys involved. Thanks, everybody.